Okay, here's an update of my Fusion 10 gallon and Nanocube 28 gallon. Before I begin, I wanted to say that the main reason I do my videos is to talk about my mistakes or if I've done something good and I've seen growth out of my corals and coloration and all that. So that's the main reason I do videos, by the way. And I just wanted to thank all the new subscribers, and that's about it. All I have to say about that. So, like I said before, that's the main reason I do videos, to share my experience with my passion here with my mini reef tanks here. Maybe one day I'll update to Red Sea Reefer 170, something like that. Maybe. I gotta convince my wife first, but that's another story. Alright, so for the changes for this month, I'm gonna talk about them here right now. The first one will be my light. I stopped using my T5 over my Nanocube because I figured it's way too much light for my ACANs and my LPS inside that tank, so I just turned it off, and I'll probably put the light away, the T5 light, and use it for a 24-inch tank, which will look much better anyways. I think that my Kessels do pretty well. In my 28 gallon, my A160 WE, way more than enough light for what I have for my mixed tank. And I did buy this thing called Reef Welder plastic epoxy to put together some new live rock I'm gonna put in my 10 gallon, because I'm gonna rearrange the escape on my 10 gallon. I kind of don't like it anymore, so I'm curing some live rock. I bought some Pukani live rock from BRS, and I'm curing it as we speak. So I already put it together, and that epoxy reef welder thing works really well at keeping the live rock together, so it'll be more stable once I get it in there. But that's a project that will be probably done by the beginning of next month, February. So enough talk, and let's go ahead and see what's going on with my tanks. Alright, let's begin with my Nanocube 28 gallon. I kind of ditched the island look because it was mushing some of my corals were off I had to put my Zoas and ACANs off to the side behind the live rock, and it didn't look right. So I went ahead and expanded the live rock towards the sides and put my ACANs and Zoas towards the sides in the middle of the tank. I think it looks much better like that. There's my crazy clownfish. Now she's rubbing against the green star polyp on the bottom. She's funny. She rubs against it like if it was an anemone. By the way, that anemone that I have finally died. It just withered away. It just disintegrated. I'm not gonna get another anemone ever again. Probably there's not enough room for a tank this size for a bubble tip anemone. So like I said before, I did get rid of I'm not using the T5 no more. I'll just stick with the Kessel. So the full front view of my tank, 28 gallon. I did put a couple of SPS over here, the harder types, and they're not doing too well, so I'm gonna rip them out of the live rock and put them in my 10 gallon. Only the Montes seem to do well here, not Acros. And I'm assuming it's because of the LPS. I'm not really sure, because parameters on both tanks are pretty much the same. Speaking of parameters, I've noticed that calcium alkalinity are always fine, and Also magnesium. Neither of my tanks use magnesium at all. It always about 1250. I think it is 1250. Has anybody ever experienced this? Let me know please in the comments. But I've never had to dose magnesium. I use the ESV products, and I had the full bottle of magnesium in there. I just used part A, part B with my doser on both tanks. Alright, let's do a side view. Here's a right side view of my tank from the front. Nanocube 28 gallon. As I mentioned before, I did buy some Pukani dry live rock from BRS, 15 pounds to be more exact, which I'm currently curing, and I'm not gonna use the whole amount in my other tank. After I put everything together in my other tank, kind of like a two-pillar look with a flat top, I'll probably use the remaining rock in here after I'm done after I'm done using the live rock on the other tank. Whatever is left, I'll just use it here. Change the skip a little bit around. I like it, but I have a little bit more room for a little bit more live rock. I did mess around with the queso, lowered it, and I didn't lower the intensity. Once I lowered my light, put the light closer to the corals, and I did bleach a little bit some of my SPS, which is rookie mistake. You know that when you lower a light, you gotta lower its intensity because it increases. And speaking of intensity, I don't know, I haven't used that Senai monitor thing again to measure par. I don't know. I'm gonna say in my case it was probably a waste of money. I'm just gonna say that I don't think it was worth it. Maybe in a bigger tank, when you need to figure out exactly how much par you need for each coral, it'll be a better investment. But I don't think in my case it was worth it. Here's the left side view from the front of my Nanocube 28 gallon. See how I put my 8 cans toward the middle. Also my Zoas towards the middle and the sides. Looks much better than them being mashed over there towards the left behind the live rock. That didn't look right. There's the acros that I mentioned that are not doing too well. I'm just gonna rip them out of there and put them in my other tank. Hopefully they'll recover. Now I try to use that reef welder to put frags on the live rock, and that stuff has to be super hot. So when I put it inside my tank, and by the time I get the frag to the live rock, the thing hardened already. So the only way I was able to use it like that was to take a piece of the live rock out and then put the frag onto the live rock. That's the only way it works, because it gets hard immediately once it touches the water at 79 degrees. The good thing about it is that you can heat it up and reuse it. Okay, here's my Fusion 10 gallon full front view. I wanted to mention that I did find flatworms again and use the flatworm exit once again to keep them under control. The one from Salifert. The only thing I did was I changed my carbon. Once I used after using the flatworm exit, there were not that many flatworms in there, but I noticed that some of my SPS did lose a little bit of color after that. So I'm thinking that it would have been a better idea to just change do like a 20% water change in conjunction with that. So I'm not gonna do that again. as most people know, when you kill flatworms, they release a toxin into the water, which you have to get rid of. If not, your corals might die, or in my case, lose color. So I'm gonna change my scape here. I made like 2 pillars with a flat top. Like I mentioned before, it's being cured right now, and I'll see how I can integrate it into this light rock right here. I'm probably gonna move some of this light rock into my other tank. I'm not really sure if that's a good idea, because I might bring down my bacteria population. I don't know if anybody has any suggestions on how to do this, or I might just leave the light rock in there temporarily. It's gonna be kind of messy at the beginning, but it's gonna be worth it, because I think my light rock is gonna look better once I'm done. It's kind of a flat look right now, and I don't really like it. Almost looks like a frag tank. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think, guys and girls think. Here's the right side view of my Fusion 10 gallon from the front. I'm gonna say I've had marginal success so far with the 8 cans. LPS are looking beautiful as usual, vivid colors, but the 8 can, the acros, I think they could look better. The color is not as vivid. I think I need to increase my intensity a little bit for them, because some of them have gained color, but not much since they've been here. But it's a balancing act, because my Monties don't like too much intensity. So maybe the Senai will be useful in that case. What I'm thinking of doing, once I rearrange my light rock and put the new light rock in here, I'm gonna put the acros towards the top and the 8 cans towards the bottom, so the acros get more intensity, and the Monties get less intensity, so they don't get burned out or bleached. So right now what's going on is that most of my acros are a little too brown for my liking, and my Monties are looking rather nice. Here's the left side view from the front of my Fusion 10 gallon. There's the encrusting Monties towards the back right over there. They're doing well. They're doing great, actually. Here's a mix of Monties and acros. %100% SPS domination, which is my goal right here. Don't have to worry about too much coral warfare, or corals that grow too fast, like is the case with the LPS in my other tank. Same thing in this tank. Pertaining to calcium, magnesium, and alkalinity. Calcium, magnesium, alkalinity, and the only thing that doesn't get used is magnesium. I use the Red Sea test kit, and it comes up to about 1250 every single time I have tested it. So if anybody knows if that's normal or not, I mean, I want to be dosing that stuff if it's not being used. My test kit is not expired, and it's a pretty good one from Red Sea, so I don't think that's the problem. I'll ask around and see what people think. I am having a little bit of issue with cyanobacteria, so I've lowered my light cycle and taken it from there. I just blow it around when I see it. I'll try to increase my flow a little bit more. I don't really want to use chemicals to get rid of that stuff. All right, everybody. So thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe, suggestions, share the video, and let me know what you guys think about my future plans on my live rock and how I can get that out of the way smoothly. Take care, everybody, and see you next month.